morning, Your Majesties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel and happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a good Friday. What are you guys doing on Friday? What are you guys doing today? Let me know down in the comments. I have a story time for you guys. This one is called The House on Black Hill. Okay, and it goes, Alex has always been the skeptic in his village, a boy who scoffed at tales of the supernatural and the unknown. To him, the stories that the villagers whispered around campfires and during cold winter nights were nothing more than ghost stories meant to scare children. The one tale that intrigued him the most, hold on, was that of the house on Black Hill, a dark, ominous structure perched on the hill that overlooked the village like a vulture waiting for its next meal. Oh, reminds me of the story I just read to you guys yesterday. Um, okay, the villagers claimed the house was cursed, alive with the tortured souls of those who had dared to enter and never returned. It was said that the house fed on the fear of the living, consuming anyone foolish enough to step inside. For Alex, the legend for Alex, the legend was just that, a legend. So when his friends dared him to explore the house, he accepted without hesitation. The thought of proving everyone wrong excited him. He was going to be the one who returned from Black Hill unscathed, with the story of how he conquered the fears that had held the village in thrall for generations. As dusk settled over the village, casting long shadows across the landscape, Alex made his way up Black Hill. The path was steep and winding, the air growing colder with each step. The house loomed ahead, an imposing silhouette against the darkening sky. Its windows were dark and empty, like lifeless eyes staring down at him, and his walls were covered in creepy ivy that seemed to pulse with a life of its own. When Alex reached the front door, he paused for a moment, taking in the eerie stillness that surrounded the house. Oh my gosh. The village below was far behind him, now the lights of home barely visible through the trees. He felt a twinge of unease, but quickly pushed aside. He had come this far, there was no turning back. He reached out and pushed the door open. It creaked on its rusted hinges, and as soon as he stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind him with a force that rattled the walls. Oh my gosh, Alex. Alex spun around, but the door was now locked, the handle cold and unyielding. Under his hand, the air inside the house was thick and musty, filled with the scent of rot and decay. The wooden floorboards creaked beneath his feet, and the walls seemed to groan as if the house were alive and aware of his presence. Oh my gosh, okay. Untiered, Alex moved deeper into the house. The interior was dark. The only light coming from the fading twilight was filtered through the grimy windows. Dust hung in the air, and cobwebs draped the corners like ancient curtains. As he walked, he began to hear strange noises, footsteps echoing down the empty hallways, whispers that seemed to come from the very walls themselves, and the soft scraping sound of something dragging on the floor. Dang. The house seemed to shift around him. The layout changing as he moved from room to room. Hallways that should have led back to the entrance instead twisted and turned into unfamiliar quarters. Doors that had been open moments before were now sealed shut, and new doorways appeared where there had been none. And it was as if the house were a living, breathing creature tapping him within its laboring interior. As the hours wore on, Alex's confidence began to wane. The whispers grew more instant, and the house itself seemed to pulse with the malevolent energy. The walls trembled and groaned the floor beneath him, vibrating with the rhythmic thrum that matched his own racing heartbeat. The house was feeding on his fear, drawing strength from his growing sense of dread. Finally, Alex found the staircase leading down to the basement. He hesitated at the top of the stairs, peering into the darkness below. The air that wafted up from the basement was damp and cold, carrying with the faint stench of decay. He knew that whatever secrets the house held, they were hidden in the depths below. With a deep breath, Alex descended the staircase. The steps creaked under his weight, and the further down he went, the colder air became. He reached the bottom and found himself in a large cavernous room. The walls were slick with moisture, and the floors were covered in the floors were covered in a thin layer of slimy black sludge. Tashi, come back in here. Tashi? All right, on with the story. It was then that he felt a cold, slimy tendril brushing against his leg. He looked down in horror to see the floor itself beginning to move, the sludge writhing and coiling like living flesh. Panic surged through him, and he turned to flee, but the floor beneath him split open. Oh my gosh. Revealing a gaping maw lined with sharp jagged teeth. The walls through him trembled, the flesh material pulsing with a sickening rhythm. He tried to scream, but the sound was swallowed by the darkness as the maw closed around him, dragging him down into the depths of the house. The house consumed him, absorbing him into its structure, his body becoming one with the walls and floors. His screams joined the chorus of voices that echoed through the house, a cacophony of tortured souls forever trapped within its living, breathing confines. The next morning, the house on Black Hill stood silent and still, its windows dark and empty. The villagers, unaware of what transpired, continued to live in fear of the house, its curse remaining unbroken, and the house waited its hunger stated for now, but always ready to claim its next victim. Jeez. That is so scary. What do you guys think of that? Let me know if you heard of that story. That's going to be it for today's video. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart in the song lyrics of Taylor Swift. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Okay, love you. Bye. Mwah.